Hey everyone, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Sim Career Mode. Today, we've got face tracking, so it's going to be even better. I am going to get my instrument rating. So, I've got my PPL and my CPL, so now I'm going to get my my instrument rating, so I'll be able to fly, like, IFR navigation, if you know what that means. If you don't worry, just enjoy the video. So yeah, I've got a few training things to do, and then I'll be taking the exam. So let's get started with the climb and descent training. Oh yeah, look at that, that is foggy. Okay, just gonna start. Oh,
We're
hang
flying
on.
over the UK's Shetland Islands, just below a thick layer of clouds. Up until now, you've been able to look outside to judge the aircraft's attitude and location. What happens when you lose that outside view? That takes us into the world of instrument flight.
So yes,
When you
look,
can't
we've
use
got
the
face
horizon
tracking
for
on.
reference due to clouds, darkness, or other hindrances to visibility, you'll need to rely on your airplane's instruments. When flying on instruments alone, you'll need to rely on your attitude indicator to see your pitch and roll information. Modern cockpits like this combine several instruments into one electronic display, called a primary flight display, or PFD. Stay on heading 270, set full power, and climb up to 4,500 feet. Set
I
full
will
power for
do
the
just
climb.
that. And then we will pitch up. So it's just pea soup outside. It's really just pea soup. Let's get back to 270 heading wise. And yeah, just gonna climb up. See, I kind of already know this stuff, but it is nice to kind of learn it properly. Well, as properly as you can get from a video game, but
We're climbing up into the cloud
yeah.
layer. Notice how you're starting to lose your outside view.
Start? Oh, I think
Instead
we
of
were
looking
starting
out
to
the
lose it a
canopy,
while
focus
ago.
your attention on the cockpit instruments. You can maintain wings level using the attitude indicator.
Let me turn on the
Continue
flight
climbing to
director as well.
4,500 feet.
There we go. Flight director is now on, so that just gives me, I think it's an indication of where it wants us to be going, but I don't know if we've got a flight plan loaded in, so it probably doesn't matter. But I like to have the flight director on anyway. Right, we are getting close to 4,500 now, but we have lost our heading slightly. Plane's drifting to the left a bit. Alright, there we go. We're back on course. Close enough, at least. Let's just pitch up a little bit more, increase our rate of ascent a tad. That's the thing, you really just have to rely on the instruments because it is just grey out there right now.
Using the vertical sped indicator and the altimeter, level off at 4,500 feet while continuing to maintain a heading of 270.
Alright, I will
fly
do
straight
that.
and level at 4,500 feet, getting used to not having an outside horizon for reference.
And that is 4,500. Oh, hang on, don't pitch down, don't pitch down. Let's bring our throttle back a bit, just to a kind of a cruise level. And we'll get back to the heading that we want. There we go, that's 270. Oh, hang on, pitch up a little bit. Just a few feet below where we want to be.
Now keep us on this heading and take us down to 4,000 feet.
Let's
Reduce
go
power
down
so
to
that we can descend
4,000.
without gaining speed.
Right, I've reduced power, and we are going down, down, and a nerdy around. For those who do not know my channel, I end up singing in almost every video. So there you go, that's today's singing. We've had it early on. There might be more.
Great. Increase
No
power
promises
again for
either way.
cruise and keep us at 4,000 feet.
Alright, let's level back out. Oh, yep. Back at a kind of cruising power. Can we see outside? No. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Right, let's pitch back up a little bit because we are losing a bit of altitude. Yep, come on, get to 4,000 or so. We're basically there, but
Wow,
you know.
great job.
Yay!
That's how things look and feel making altitude changes on instruments alone. You'll find it gets easier with experience. Next we'll introduce turns.
Right, there we go. That better be an A. If that's not an A, then I'll do a big swig of my Vimto. I'll probably do a big swig anyway because I'm thirsty, but... Yay, I got an A! I got an A! I got an A. I'm gonna have a swig of my drink anyway. Yummy. Right. What's the next thing? Is it turning? Okay, so we're doing the turning training. So yeah, cool. Let's start training. All right, here we go. It's pea soup again.
Now that you've tried some climbs and descents, we'll introduce turning. Throughout this lesson, maintain your current altitude of 4,000 feet. Our heading is the direction our nose is pointing, measured in degrees. The main electronic display in front of you is the primary flight display.
Yeah, you already
PFD.
told me that.
At the bottom center of the PFD, we see the horizontal situation indicator, or the HSI. The HSI shows us the direction our nose is pointing, called our heading. Headings are measured in degrees, with east being 090, south 180, west 270, and north 360.
I know all
Currently, we're
this.
heading west. That's 270 degrees.
Oh, hang on, let's get back to
Turning,
270.
we want to aim for a bank angle of around 20 degrees. Along the top of the attitude indicator are white lines. Each line represents 10 degrees. Normally we use about 20 degrees of bank, which is the second white line.
Is that
Let's try
it,
it out.
really?
Make a turn to the left onto heading 180, using 20 degrees of bank. Keep turning
So
until heading south, at which point, smoothly roll
that.
back to wings level.
So is that's I assume that's the second white line that we want. Let's pitch up a little bit because we are losing altitude. Almost there, almost there.
That's it. Stop turning there and you'll be heading due south.
Yep, there
Heading
we go.
180.
There we go. Smashed
Now
it.
try and maintain this heading for a short while.
Well, let's pitch back up again because we're still losing altitude. Oh. All right.
Now make a turn to the right onto a heading of 350.
Oh, it's a big turn. Right. Let's bank to the right. There we go. That is the second white line. Try and keep our altitude at 4,000 or close enough to it. I'm yeah, my right hand is just concentrating so hard right now. I do not have the highest quality joystick in the world, and really I'd rather have a yoke anyway than a joystick. So, yeah. Right, we're almost there. I'll start leveling out at about 340, so about
Now
now.
smoothly roll wings level onto
Yeah.
a heading of 350.
There we go.
Now maintain heading 350
Lovely.
for a bit.
Lovely. I think I smashed that. I'm sure this would be so beautiful outside if it wasn't just pea soup.
Wow, great job. So
Yay!
that's how we make turns using just the instruments. Next we'll look at how
Again.
to handle speed changes.
Can see nothing. Woohoo! That had also better be an A. If that's not an A, I'll take another big swig of my Vimto. Yay! Oh my god, I got 100%. I got 100% on both of those. That was an awful dance. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Okay, so this is going to be the speed control tutorial. Let's do this. Also, it is 10 to 5, which means that my girlfriend will be arriving home any minute. So, yeah, we're gonna have we'll have a fun hello when that happens. Alright, welcome back to Pea Soup Land. Oh, hang on, don't pitch up.
We're cruising at 100 knots, maintaining our heading and altitude. Let's look at how we deal with speed changes when flying on instruments. When slowing down, the wings produce less lift. To counter this, you'll need to progressively raise the nose in order to maintain altitude. Give it a try. Reduce power and bring the speed back to 70 knots.
70?
Remember
Jeez,
to
that's
adjust
not
the elevator
much.
trim so that you don't have to keep putting any pressure on the controls.
Yeah, yeah. Let's, oh, come on, trim up, trim up. There we go. Oh, hang on. Oh, that's too much. Oh god, okay, right.
Good. Now set power to maintain 70 knots.
Maintain 70,
Notice how
please.
the nose needs to be a little higher than before to make up for the loss of airspeed. Use the elevator trim to adjust pitch to the new sped and maintain 70 knots for a bit.
The new sped? You're missing an E there. I also do want to go back up slightly because we did lose a bit of altitude. Oh. Yeah, maintain 70 knots, please. Maintain 70 knots. There we go.
Great, now increase power to get your speed back up to 100 knots.
There, that's what we like to see. Back up to 100. And let's bring the elevator trim down.
As we speed up, notice how you need to trim nose down to avoid climbing.
Yep. Trim down a little bit more.
That's it. Now stabilize at 100 knots.
There we go. Oh. So a nice around 2300 RPM should do. Sorry, my commentary is slightly lackluster because I'm concentrating so hard.
Good. Now we'll take flap settings into account. Flaps give a boost in lift, which you'll need to control in order to maintain our altitude. They also add drag, making us slow down more quickly, so be careful not to get too slow. Reduce power and slow us down to 60 knots.
60? Can barely stay in the air at that speed in a 172. I suppose that's kind of the point.
Good. Now extend the flaps to 10 degrees.
Okay.
Now set flaps at
Flaps
20
extended.
degrees.
Oh, to 20,
With the
okay.
extra drag, start adding power so you don't drop below your target airspeed of 60 knots. Now stabilize at 60 knots and trim for level flight.
Oh, yeah, hang on. There we go, I think I've done that quite well. Can let go of the controls. Plane is maintaining
Wow, great job.
vaguely.
Next we'll look at navigating on instruments alone.
Cool. Oh my god, yes, I did it. Oh. So much concentration went into that, but I did it. I'm quite proud of myself. This joystick and throttle setup that I have is just not very good. So, yeah. I'm blaming the tools I have, but I'm still doing well. Look at this, 98%, 99%, 100%. Back to certification. Okay, so we're doing VOR navigation. Well, VOR basics for IFR navigation. There's a lot of abbreviations when it comes to flying. I do not know what VOR stands for, so maybe I'll find out. Either way, let's start training. Right.
Now that you have the basics of flying the aircraft on instruments, let's look at navigation. There is a worldwide network of radio beacons that pilots use to find their way when flying IFR. The most common beacon is the VOR. I've tuned the Sunberg VOR into your NAV radio, which we're going to fly toward. To get there, we'll use the course deviation indicator, CDI. That's the green arrow and bar on the HSI. I've set the CDI for a course of 170. That means we want to arrive at the VOR on a heading of 170.
Okay.
The CDI shows us if we are on our selected course. If the bar is to the left of center, we need to fly to the left to
I
recapture our course.
vaguely know this stuff.
The
Vaguely.
bar is
Not very
currently
well.
over to the right, so keep flying on this heading and wait for the CDI bar to start moving towards the middle.
Okay, I see. So, well, let me re-enable. There we go. Got face tracking back on. So, from my understanding, what we're doing right now, so the course we need to be heading on is like this, and we're kind of going like this towards it, and then we'll turn left. Oh, that did not like my face tracking. It's fine. Let's try and get back up to about 100 knots or so. There we go. It seems we're still a ways off of the VOR, or our course. I don't remember. All I know is we need to continue flying this way. So I will do just that. I'm gonna bring back the throttle a little bit.
Here it comes. Now make a left turn onto heading 170.
Okay, I will start turning left. Oh yeah, the green bar is coming towards us. Right. Kind of banking at about 20 degrees there.
Great. Now keep the CDI bar centered and it'll take us to the VOR.
Still need to go a little bit to the right, just to, oh, you can see the airport. There's an airport there on the PFD. Right. That shouldn't count as centered. That is not quite centered. I'll wait for it to get just to the middle, and then I'll turn left back to 170. So I think that's close enough. Cool. There we go. I don't know how far away the VOR is, but we're on the right track now. We are very much on the right track.
We're getting close to the VOR now.
Yay!
The CDI indications might become erratic or disappear when reaching a VOR, but this is normal. Keep flying straight ahead on heading 170 for a couple miles.
Okay, I will do that. Lovely. Oh yeah, I think we've just gone past it because it's just disappeared. I don't know. It's just being erratic. We've flown over that airport now that I could see. If I zoom in on the navigation screen, yeah, I see we've just flown over the airport. Oh, let's not gain too much altitude or lose too much speed. Although we do want to be at around 4,000. So yeah. Oh, I see. So there's that like dashed white line on the right-hand screen over there.
Well done,
Maybe that's
but
the...
there's room for improvement.
What do you mean there's room for improvement? What? I did everything that was asked of me there. I did everything that was asked of me. What do you mean there's room for improvement? A B. Okay. Well, fine. Whatever. I don't care. I feel like I did that well. If there's any pilots in the comments that can tell me why I got a B on that, I'd love to know. Okay, so I've decided to cut the RNAV basics training out of the video just because it was almost exactly the same as the VOR basics, but using GPS. And also, even though I did it at least as well as I did the VOR one, it gave me a C with a really bad score. So yeah, this game is still buggy. There's poor feedback, but it is what it is. I want to play career mode, so I'm going to continue. So next is ILS approach. This is going to be sketchy because, well, we can't see. So yes, get us back down to Earth with the assistance of the most common type of instrument landing aid in use today, the instrument landing system. I can speak, I promise. Oh, we can see a bit more. Oh, let's recenter this.
So now you've got the basics of flying on instruments. Now we need to get back on the ground. The most common landing aid is the Instrument Landing System, or ILS for short. An ILS uses two directional radio signals, one for lateral guidance called a localizer and the other for vertical guidance called the glide slope. The localizer provides lateral guidance, which directs you onto the runway centerline. The glide slope
Zoom out
provides the
the
intended descent angle onto the
navigation
runway.
display again.
The localizer is displayed with the CDI, much like in the VOR lesson. Keep flying on a heading of 210 at 1,500 feet and we'll watch for the localizer to come alive.
Okay, I will do
The
that.
localizer is moving now. Make a gentle turn to the right, intercepting the localizer and keeping the CDI in the middle.
Right, let's turn right to intercept this. Oh, I might have waited a bit too long. Nah, we're alright, we're alright.
Good. Now keep the localizer bar centered and maintain
This is
1,500 feet. The glide
This is
slope is displayed next to
beautiful,
the
man.
altimeter on your PFD. If the green glide slope diamond is above center, you are below the glide path. We always start out below the glide slope, as we want to intercept the localizer first. We'll wait for the glide slope to start moving.
I can see the runway in the distance over there, those little red lights. That's the Pappy lights, which is quite a funny name. So we need to stay at 1500 until that little, I think it's the little arrow where it says G, until that comes down. I do also want to go slightly to the right.
Here comes the glide slope. Maintain
Oh yeah, there it is.
1,500 feet until it almost reaches the center.
There it is. It's coming down. So we're still at 1500. There we go, level off. We are not in line with the
Now
runway.
reduce power a little and start to descend, using the VSI to aim for 500 feet per minute.
Okay, I will descend at 500 feet per minute. There we go, that's about 500 feet per minute. Yeah, we are not in line with the runway, so I don't know why
Keep both the
the...
localizer and glide slope indications centered all the way down to the ground. Reduce speed and set flaps as needed as you make your way down the ILS.
Yeah, well, as you can see, we are not in the same direction as the runway, but like the localizer is very much centered, so I really don't know what's going on there. But you know, I'll trust it. We need to go up slightly. Actually, we are below the diamond. Let's try and get that diamond on the glide slope centered. Yeah, this is beautiful though. I need to visit the Shetland Islands in real life. I really want to do that at some point. Right, diamond is now centered. Let's pitch down a little bit, try and keep it in the middle. Can also use that kind of green circle with those prongs pointed out. If I just keep that vaguely pointed at the runway, then that should also get me down, like, in the right place at the right speed. Let's bring our speed down and get a notch of flaps out, because we're
approaching the
coming
runway.
into land. Yeah.
This approach has an offset, meaning that the localizer and runway aren't
Oh,
lined
okay.
up together exactly. Focus on following the ILS for now. We'll transition to a visual landing once we're closer to touchdown.
Oh,
Make
I
only
do
small
need
corrections and remember that each will be more critical as we approach touchdown.
to stop descending for a little bit. Oh.
500.
Localizer's fine, we're just slightly too low. So the glide slope is not 100% where we want it, and the plane is shaking about all over the place. There we go. I feel like I'm not going to get the highest grade on this just because of the amount of overcorrecting I'm doing. But, oh well, right. I mean, I can see the runway. I don't, like... We can just go to visual now. Oh, we're slightly too high, apparently. Let's bring our altitude down and our speed down a bit more.
Now is a good time to transition
There we
from
go.
flying on instruments to using visual cues to complete the landing. Get us down onto the runway and then come to a smooth stop.
I'll do my best. I think I want to land at about 65 or so. Let's turn to the left slightly, yep. Almost, almost. Oh, bring the nose up a bit. Oh. That was not the smoothest landing I've ever done, but it'll do, it'll do. Oh. Plane's shaking all over the place. There we go. Ah, my girlfriend's home.
Well done, but there's room for improvement.
What do you mean there's room for improvement? Okay, so it's another day. It is very much the next day, but we're gonna finish this. Now, the IFR test training is bugged. It does not let you get past the first step. I've tried it several times and then I Googled it out of desperation. It doesn't work. No one online can get it to work. So we're just gonna take the exam. We've got the money, barely, but this should open up a whole new set of career opportunities for me. So we'll be performing an approach and landing at Sundberg Airport. Okay. In that case, I probably want to get my throttle up quite high, ready for it.
I know that this weather can look daunting, but you will be able to perform your approach by relying on your aircraft's instruments, just like you did in your training.
All right. So, descend to 2100. Let's do that. And
Cessna Kilo Kilo Tango, your transponder appears in
Oh.
operative or malfunctioning reset. Squawk tree 125.
I don't know how to do that. I cannot say that I know how to do that. Right, we need to turn this way, I think. Oh, I see, yeah. Yeah.
Cessna Kilo Kilo Tango, your
I don't know how
transponder
to do
appears
that.
in
What are you on
operative
about?
or malfunctioning reset. Squawk tree 125.
I don't know how to do that. What? Why is it asking me to do that? This game's career mode is so buggy. I'm so annoyed at it. I might have to Google this just to get it to shut up. If it says it one more time, I'm going to pause the game, Google it, and make it shut up. It's just... I want to love this game, but there's so many problems with it still. Alright, there we go. So, next waypoint is coming up soon, I think. Vaguely. I'm just using the navigation on the right, because if I change the CDI over, actually... There we go. If I change the CDI over that, then that's what we want to follow. Right, I still need to get that bar centered. Right, we're at 2100 feet. Let's get our throttle up a bit just so that we can stop descending as much. Trimmed up a bit, so let's try and get back up to 2100 feet. Oh, it's cloudy. Well, it appears that ATC has shut up about my transponder or whatever it was. So I don't think I need to worry about that. Yeah, we're in pea soup again. We are very much in pea soup. But that's alright. Pea soup is okay today. Because we know how to look at a screen and fly a plane using that. Let's get some more throttle up just because I'm struggling to get back up to 2100. I descended slightly too much. Slightly more than I wanted to. Right, that's kind of centered now. So let's turn to maintain this heading. Right, that's us back at 2100. So we'll try and level off there. Oh, hang on, no. Stop ascending. Please stop ascending. Thank you. Oh, I think we're coming out of the pea soup. Yeah, we've come out of the pea soup a little bit. Probably not for very long, because it's the pea soup is ahead of us again. Can I see? No, I cannot see the ground. Okay, good to know. Oh, hang on. I look out the side for 1 second and I start ascending like nothing else. Right, I need to turn back to the left a bit. I think it's a bit windy, so I'm being pushed to the right.
Switch back to visual flight rules before landing. Identifying the runway lights should help you during the transition.
Cool. Alright, next desired track is in just a few seconds. Right, let's turn over to the left. Oh, don't descend, Fiona, don't descend.
There we go. Kilo Tango, you are 11 miles east of Sunburg. Contact tower on 118. 25 when inbound on the approach.
Cool. Yep, let's acknowledge that.
Tower on 118. 25 Cessna Kilo Tango.
I'm down to 2,000. I need to pitch up again slightly. Not that far, Jesus. Alright, I can see the island ahead of me on the PFD. Let's just try and get back up to 2100. It's just when turning I find it difficult to maintain pitch with the yoke. Not with the yoke. I feel like, contact tower. I feel like it would be
Tower
easier with the
Cessna Golf.
yoke.
Victor Kilo Tango 10 miles east inbound RNAV runway 9er approach circle to land runway 24.
I don't know what half that means. Because the game's not told me.
Tango Tower. QNH 1013 cleared RNAV runway 9er approach.
Cool, we've been cleared. Yep, let's acknowledge that.
Cleared RNAV runway 9er approach Cessna Kilo Tango.
Don't descend. Alright, let's turn to the left a bit because we've drifted to the right a little bit. I can see the diamond coming in. I'm gonna switch back to... No, I'm not gonna switch back to that because that tells us that we're way off. Right. Oh, we're kind of coming out the top of the pea soup. And I think I can see the airport on the PFD. It's giving me a glide slope, so I will follow the glide slope once the diamond appears in the middle. I'm used to it being green, I don't know, but when it's green, the CDI shows me way off. Alright, we're at the next waypoint. Diamond's in the middle, so I'm going to throttle back a bit and I'm going to start letting myself descend. Trim down a tad as well. Oh, not that far. Jesus Christ, I pressed it for 1 second. Game's trying to give me a heart attack. Let's put the flight director on as well. There we go. Yes, so we are descending now. Just trying to keep that diamond next to the altitude indicator centered. Oh, drifted to the right a bit. Let's move back to the left.
Cessna Kilo Tango Wine 271 at 12. Cleared to land runway 24.
Cool. Let's acknowledge that.
Cleared to land runway 24 Cessna Kilo Tango.
I need to go quite far to the left here. I'm slightly off course. Let's pitch up a little bit as well because we're losing altitude slightly quicker than I'd like. Still cannot see outside. That's just what we like to see. No, it isn't. I do like face tracking. I do like face tracking a lot. So it means that when I'm landing, I can do this. Yeah, I can definitely see the runway on the PFD there, the primary flight display in front of me. I'm still slightly lower than I'd like to be. Not too worried about my throttle or the speed because, well, I can see that my speed's quite quick. Still struggling to descend through the pea soup. I mean, we've lost more than half of our altitude, and it is still thick, thick clouds. So, yeah, I'm hoping that the clouds don't reach too low to the ground. And I can still see the tops of the clouds, so maybe the clouds here are just lower in general. Oh, I need to pitch up slightly. I'm gonna zoom in the navigation display. There we go. Lovely. Right. Yeah, mission land on runway. That's always a good thing to do. It's always good to land on the runway as opposed to not on the runway. Oh, I think I'm beginning to be able to see... Yeah, I can see the water. Okay, that's good. That's very good. Still slightly low. I'm going to get the flaps out as well, just to kind of slow our speed down and get our descent managed. Okay, I can see the runway lights. I can see the runway lights. That's good. Barely. It's difficult, but I can see them. Oh, hang on, let's go over to the right. You see, there we go, the runway is appearing. These clouds are low though, they are all the way to the ground. But yeah, can now fly visually, so let's lean over a bit, just so I can see better. Just trying to get our speed to a manageable level. Decently long runway for this type of plane, so we're all good on that front. Can overfly for a little bit. Alright, let's pitch up. Oh yeah, come on. That was quite smooth. That was quite smooth. I'm quite happy with that. Nice. I think I did that quite well.
255 Cessna Kilo Kilo Tango.
Right. Let's, where are we stopping? Over there, okay. So let's swing over to the right. Let's get the flaps retracted. Just maneuver around the airport here. Yeah, I think I did that quite well. I think I'll have passed that with flying colours. Not bad at all. Yeah, definitely not perfect, but definitely didn't do poorly. So, right, let's come off the runway here. And make our way over past the hold short line. Oh, hang on. Hold short line just completely changed where it was. Right. Well, I've stopped at the hold short. What do you want me to do now? Why did it change where... Oh, hello. I suppose that's my assessor. Let's try and go back to that. I don't know why it just changed position last second. That really screwed me over. So try and spin round here. Yeah, request clearance.
Ground Cessna Golf.
Okay.
Kilo
Let's
Tango taxi
continue
departure.
spinning around then. Ugh, this game
Cessna Golf.
is...
Victor Kilo Kilo Tango taxi to General Aviation. Parking using taxiway Kilo Cross runway 15 Kilo.
Cool. So we're
Taxiing
going
to General
over
Aviation
there.
Parking using taxiway Kilo Cross runway 15 Kilo Cessna Kilo Kilo Tango.
Get back on the center line. Oh, that's slightly too far. Right, where am I going? I don't actually know where it wants me to go. Oh, behind me. Okay, well, let's spin back round. See, this it's sending me on a wild goose chase. It is just straight up sending me on a wild goose chase. Why? There we go. I really hope this improves. Like, don't get me wrong, at its core, it's a really good game if you know how to fly a plane. I want to learn how to fly a plane well. And, and then it puts just random stuff like this on the taxiway. And if I followed the centre line, I would have crashed into it and failed the mission. It would have been like 20 wasted minutes. So yeah, at its core, it's a really good game. But it's just, there's so many issues with it still. And it was so expensive. Like, I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna get my money's worth out of it. Because I paid a lot of money to play this game. But it is just so expensive and so full of issues. Right, set the parking brakes and we'll shut down the airplane. I think I know fairly well.
You've passed the test. There's a few areas where you could improve, but that was a solid performance.
Yay. Scottish? Yeah, see, I struggle to maintain the altitude, but look at that. I got a B, I almost got an A. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Yeah, I think I know how to properly start up and shut one of these down now. I've watched some videos online, but for the sake of speed, I'll just do it quickly with the hotkeys. Right, so now I can navigate when I cannot fly using visual references. I will no longer be grounded by cloudy, rainy, snowy, or poor visibility conditions. Lovely. Yeah, cool. So that should give me a bunch of new missions that I'm able to do. Live missions unlocked. Okay, so I can do missions in live weather conditions.
You now have access to real condition missions. These allow you to scroll back up to 24 hours to fly in real-world weather conditions over the past day.
Cool. Yeah, I know. I know. Change time.
Adjusting the time slider will reveal a variety of different missions only available in specific weather and lighting conditions. Meanwhile, missions that are not time-dependent remain available at all times.
Cool.
It seems like this mission has different weather conditions than usual. For now, check the weather conditions, also known as METRTAF, carefully when selecting a mission. IFR icon means you will have to fly in IFR condition. But there is also MVFR icon and LIFR icon.
What do those mean? Are you going to tell me?
Icon means this mission is not recommended under the current weather. Fly at your own risk.
Okay, cool. Yes, so I'm not going to do any now, but if you do want to see me doing some of the missions, please let me know. Yeah, that is where I'm going to end it for this video. Thank you for watching me get my IFR rating and get increasingly frustrated at the game. I hope you enjoyed, and yeah, please do let me know if you want to see me do missions. If you want to see that, then I will do missions on camera, might even stream some if I've got the time. So yeah, thank you once again, and goodbye.